everybody, welcome back. Captain Bailey's Adventures with the First Mate. And today, what I have here for your viewing pleasure is the ESB that we brewed. And I'm going to call this Captain Bailey's High Seas ESB. Okay, that's English Special Bitter. We used Challenger hops for both editions. I'll put a link in the cards or information around here somewhere where you can check out. If you can see me brewing up this beer, then I'll put a link somewhere. And it came out to about 5.9% ABV. Normally I like to let it sit for like 3 weeks before I really try it, but this is right at the 2-week mark. So happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody, and here we go. It's a dud. There's a little pop. A little bit of a pop. Alright, well, let's give it a pour. I'm going to give it a vigorous pour, obviously, because I think I need another week to really let it carb up. That's the thing with my beers. I know I said it in the past, when I do the darker beers, they'll start out like this, nice and light. But then when I get to the dregs, get to that last crate, which has about probably 10 beers in it, they're gushers. I'm popping that pop and it's coming out like this. And I use the same type of yeast, not yeast, sugar when I put it in the bottles. You see me do it. I mix the sugar solution in. And it's the same thing all the time. Now the lighting in here is poor. I know that. But here it is. I don't know if you guys can see that. Nice golden mahogany. Not mahogany, but golden color. Maybe some red hues in there, but it's like a golden nail. And we had a pound of honey in here. Never did an ESB. Very interesting. Take a whiff. Hey, alright. He says, get to the damn taste test. Cheers, guys. Homebrew up. Never used this yeast strain before. Obviously, it was a special. Well, normally, if we're doing an English beer, I do USO5 or no, sorry, USO4, which is an English strain. Or for my porter that I do, I use the WPL002, I believe it is, White Labs, and that's an English strain. But my homebrew guy, he had given me this ESB yeast specifically for ESB. So hey. Let me take another taste. I don't think I've ever used Challenger hops, so that's all that's in here, and it's different. It's a different taste than, like, I guess you would think like a pale ale or something like that. It's very crisp, refreshing. For 5.9%, it does not feel like that, because you can really, on a nice hot day, really down this. Look at the lacing. I said not too many bubbles coming up, but that's, I think, in another week it'll start probably taking off like all my other beers, and then probably the last batch will, the bottom of the crate will do the same thing. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video on that and see. Like this, say like, this is the last bottle of beer. And poof. See if it does explode or if it doesn't explode. I'll make sure that I do that one outside. So what I'm going to give this on the Captain's scale, this is, well, it's homebrew. And I've never done this beer before. I've done a pale ale before, a harvest pale ale from the Bible. You can see that on my channel as well. It's in my many videos, my over 100 videos I got up here. But I think the honey did something to it, to where it makes a smooth, I don't know, it's a smooth mouthfeel. It's not a heavy beer at all, so it's very smooth to drink. It's very not heavy in the mouth, and not overly bitter. I only used, like I said, 2 ounces of hops of the Challenger, and but there is a little bit of a teensy-weensy bite on the back end, on the back of the tongue, a little bit that lingers. Not too much at all. wise, I don't know what I'm really smelling. It smells like an ale. Homebrew ale. It's a very distinct taste. I mean, it's hard for me to judge what I'm really tasting. I have nothing to compare it to. If I would say this is, if I would compare this to a commercial ESB, I would have to pick something up. I don't know what I would be able to get. I mean, I'm not sure. I know I did the Trooper Ale. I don't know if that's really considered an ESB or just like a regular ale. I forget. But this doesn't have that taste, because those English beers, those English commercial beers, have a certain distinct taste. I don't know if it's the water or the yeast that they use, but they all have a similar lingering. Like if you have a Tatty Porter or anything from Samuel Smith's line, and like with Samuel Smith's line, it has a very distinctive taste. Their yeast strain that they use or the water that they use, it's very distinct. So, but this is, I'm not picking up any of that type of characters in this beer. It's just, it's hard to, anytime you make a video, always something. Clock going off. Like a fruitiness, maybe like a fruity ester. It's more like I would think like a regular, like an English type, maybe a commercial beer would taste. You know, just homemade. Because it's that, like it's on that type of line, you know. But the honey has done something to it. There's a little sweetness there. Yeah, a little bit of sweetness, I think. Very good beer. 5.9%. Capt is digging it. So, so cheers, my friends. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Hope you are well. And yeah, till we do it again. Remember, let's set sail.